Well, the 190th semi-annual General Conference began today in another virtual event.
Today's conference was broadcast live from a theater inside the conference center with leaders wearing masks and social distancing.
We have team coverage of today's messages of inspiration and guidance. Lad Egan is covering one talk that spoke of protests and election results. But let's begin with Carol Makita, who joins us live right here in the studio. Good evening, Carol.
Thanks, Dan and Haley. There were a number of strong messages today addressing the need for less strife and contention in society. And once again, church members participated in this worldwide conference only through technology.
The Conference Center Theater is the setting for this general conference. President Nelson wore a mask and church leaders sat socially distant. The Tabernacle Choir sang hymns recorded from previous conferences.
I grieve with each of you who has lost a loved one during this time. And I pray for all who are currently suffering.
From loss to hope. President Nelson said in 2020, ground will have been broken for 20 new temples, and help has been given.
And we are gratified to report that the church has provided pandemic humanitarian aid for 895 projects in 150 countries.
Other church leaders posed important life questions.
What have we learned during these recent months of lifestyle adjustments and restrictions? What do we need to improve in our lives spiritually, physically, socially, emotionally, and intellectually?
What am I doing that I should stop doing? And what am I not doing that I should start doing?
We live in a time of strong divisions, said Elder Cook, but we are all equal to the Lord.
The Savior's ministry and message have consistently declared all races and colors are children of God. We are all brothers and sisters.
And because of potential exposure to COVID-19, Elder Garrett W. Gong's afternoon message was recorded from home.
But the latest word is that Elder Gong is fine. The women's session begins in less than an hour. I will have that story for you on KSL 5 News tonight at 9 p.m.
And that is always a wonderful meeting. So we look forward to hearing what is said in that meeting. Thank you very much, Carol.
Thanks, Carol. All right, and church leaders today addressed current events like the upcoming election and this summer's nationwide protests over racial injustices.
Yeah, news specialist Lad Egan continues our team coverage here tonight, live from outside the conference center at Temple Square. And Lad, President Oaks speaking about some very timely issues here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. President Dallin H. Oaks said that members of the church must do better at rooting out racism. He spoke strongly about recent violence and our country's ongoing concerns about racial discrimination, acknowledging that there have been injustices.
This country should be better in eliminating racism, not only against Black Americans, who were most visible in the recent protests, but also against Latinos, Asians, and other groups. This nation's history of racism is not a happy one, and we must do better.
President Oaks also addressed the upcoming presidential election. He referenced the church's 12th article of faith written by the prophet Joseph Smith after severe persecution in Missouri that talks about obeying and sustaining the law.
It also means that we peacefully accept the results of elections. We will not participate in the violence threatened by those disappointed with the outcome. In a democratic society, we always have the opportunity and the duty to persist peacefully until the next election.
President Oaks, a former Utah Supreme Court justice, said there will always be differences among candidates and policies, but that followers of Christ must forego the anger and hatred in the political process. He said that the Constitution protects peaceful protests, but that protesters do not have the right to destroy or steal property. And President Oaks said that while his message used examples here in the United States, the principles can be applied worldwide.